Hey everyone, it's Brian Fields, amateur radio call sign W9CR again, and I have well, some parts that I use for the Quantar stuff here, or supposedly. These are 29. Let's see, what did I order here? You have to get them from China, of course. These are, I got a few of these. The 29F040B-9 OPC, the dip version of the, oh, what are these, 512 kilobyte memory chip, something like that. 4 of them is 2 meg, so yeah. And unfortunately, last couple batches I've gotten of these, and the price has really shot up. It used to be about 1 out of 10 of these was counterfeit, and what they do is they will actually remark the chip. It's pretty funny. And it's like, because there's no value in this. Anyways, the cost of these has actually gone up significantly now. So you're like, okay, well, there should be less counterfeits, right? No. So the counterfeit problem has actually gotten, I've been tracking it. It's actually gotten to the point where I'm getting more counterfeits now, and it's just a crapshoot. Suppliers I've purchased from before, they still will send. They'll send you good chips at first, and then bad chips later on. This is the case. This is a supplier I've dealt with before, and every single chip in here. Well, I haven't checked every single one, but I've spot checked a good amount of them. There should be, I believe, about 400 chips in here that I ordered. Every single one of them is counterfeit. They're not counterfeit by much. They identify as something else, but they're actually marked with the AMD part number, even though they're made by a different company. And let me pull that up here on the, I'll see if I can get some pictures with the scope, but let me open this up and I'll show you. Okay, let's pick one of these here at random. Let me get this out of here. Love these. Klein Pliers, by the way. These things are, let's see if I can get in there. Can you see? Yeah, Clearline tools. These are great needle nose pliers. So I don't do sponsorships or anything, but you know, if Klein's watching, yeah, I can always use more Klein tools. Anyways, oh, come on. Get out of there. Okay. Okay, so there you can see, I think I can zoom in a bit here. Perfect. So you can see it says AM29F040B. Now, the thing you notice is this number doesn't exist. It does not line up. And the other thing, some of these look like they have some issues on them. But here's the really telling thing. Well, when you put it in the reader, it IDs as a SST 39SF040, which is totally incompatible for our use because it actually checks the chip ID, and of course the Quantar tells you to go fuck yourself, and you see it's made in Taiwan, and these are just totally fake. They will not work. Matter of fact, if you actually try to program them, because they are the same size chip, if you try to program them and use them in a Quantar, it will actually permanently damage the SCM module. So yeah, these will not work. I mean, this is just lazy. You can see that these are really beat up, and you know, they've obviously, you can see marks there. I'll bring up the monitor here in a minute maybe, but actually this is pretty good on the I'm just using a stock iPhone camera here. But yeah, you can see that on those. And now, of course, I'm going to have to fight with eBay, but the problem is they always want you to send these back to China at you know, your cost. And it's actually illegal to send counterfeit merchandise through the U.S. mail. And of course, the shipping to China is really expensive. Let me see if I can find a good example of some of these that have the marking issues on them. Let's see. These are all crap as far as I'm concerned. None of them are legitimate. So I'm not too concerned about them. I don't know if you can kind of see the... yeah, you can see like where they've been remarked. Basically, they've been shaved off, and there's some are better than others. I mean, these are if they would have done the back of them, which is actually harder to do because, you know, then you have the pins in the way. It actually probably would have been harder to tell. But yeah, these are, I mean, they're all the same. They're all marked, and none of them are useful. And the problem is the price has gone up now on these. It's actually about tripled too. So that's the real problem with these chips. Is I just simply can't buy them anymore. There we go. You can kind of see how there's like a pattern that goes this way on the chip. You can see the way the light hits it. There's like a where somebody has ground it off. And again, you know, you can see right here damage where the chip's been pulled out. And I mean, I don't sell new chips. I've never marketed as, you know, these are new. What I do market my stuff as is, hey, it's tested. You know, there's 15 different models of chip that you need. I make certain they're all correct and they're all programmed. You know, and this is the problem. It's actually getting less fun to do it because it's not like I make money on this stuff by any means. It funds my other hobbies. But yeah, these are just all crap. It's really sad because this is a company I've done business with before, and they shipped this same chip, genuine part numbers. Now they've decided to remark them and send me a 39SF040, which is incompatible. And actually, I wonder if these are all of the same. Yeah, you can see they're even different. It's DCP. Yeah, it's different. All different models of these, or well, not different models, different manufacturing, and they're really marked up. You can see where people were grabbing onto them. These are, yeah, that's really poorly done. Wow. And they are all like that, I believe. So I can dig deeper into this. This is the first I've opened some of these. Come on. Oops, get the camera there. But you can see these are all counterfeit chips, remarked. Let's see. Yeah. And, you know, the problem is you can't get these chips anymore. I can get the PLCC version pretty reliably. I've not seen those remarked yet. But for whatever reason, the PDIP, and I'm certain it's not the Quantar market that's driving it. It's probably something to do with pinball machines or something. These are really, like, they did not even give a fuck pulling them off the board. Look at that. That's, you know, if you're gonna lie to me, at least try to lie to me. Let me pull up the scope here and see what we can see. There we go. And you can just see the scratches on this and everything else. A little bit harder, but yeah, there we go. You can see that. That's just horrible. And really, if you don't have a stereo microscope at this point, you probably need to get one. With one of these cameras, they make inspection. And like I said, I know these are used, but definitely get yourself one of these microscopes if you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, because it just makes it so much easier to see. Let's see. I had that one that was pretty bad. Yeah, okay. I think that's one there. Let's see. This one's a little hard to see, but you can definitely see it. It's not a, you know, it's not on there right. It's got, it look at that. That's just, shouldn't be able to do that with a little thing. It's just paint coming off, basically. Now, get a little scraper, actually. There we go. That's pretty bad. Look at that. Again, all the bad markings there. It's just sad. That is just sad. And this is a huge problem right now in the electronics industry. It's, I mean, I know I'm buying secondary market stuff, but you wouldn't think that there's money to be made in the amount of labor it takes to mess with one of these things and to go through it to remarket. It's just, I mean, think about how little somebody must get paid to, and everything you have to do to go through this, rip it off, grind down what's on here, mark this. It's just, it doesn't even seem economical to me. But that's, I mean, it's China. They literally have a problem with people making fake eggs. They're cheaper than regular eggs. Yeah, look at that. That is sad. It's just, see right there, it's coming off. Actually, let me throw a little bit of what I have here. A bottle of acetone. I'm wondering if they even scraped this. I think they did that. I think they just just came right off. That's hilarious. But just to show you, you can see this is a proper marking from, you know, from the factory. If I hit that with acetone or some chemical, I'm not even going to scrape it. It should not come off. You can see it's still there, and if I throw a scraper on it, it's pretty hard to, you know, you're not getting residue. And what you are pulling off when you do that is totally different. So, wow, that's sad. Yeah, you can just see the black coming off. I think this is just black paint. So let me get another. Another sponsor, MG Chemicals. Hey, you guys want to send me some stuff? That'd be great. I fucking hate YouTube sponsorship shit. It's got to be the most annoying fucking thing in the world. But yeah, look at that come off. And that's just got hit with just a couple drops of acetone. And boom, the paint came right off. I wonder if there's even something underneath there. There might be. Let's see here. Nah, don't see anything, but you can definitely see it's been scraped pretty well. Let's see if if I get anything else off here. Now that's definitely the epoxy, the chip that I'm hitting. You know, and that's the other thing you can see is if you take a look at the back of these chips, because they have not been adulterated, if you hit them with acetone, a little bit of, let me throw a little acetone on the thing here. Okay, so you hit this with acetone, you can see, you can still read it through there, but this is actually coming off nice and clean. Let's see, you see how there's no gunk on it? That means that it hasn't been coated. Whereas, of course, this side gets a little bit of acetone on it. As soon as I just throw some acetone on there, I'll go one time across it, and you can just see the paint that comes off. That's all they did. They just painted it and threw some paint on there, and there you go. That's, wow. So now I have to open a case with eBay, and that's the fun of remarked chips. And this is also why I've had to raise prices considerably on some of the Quantar stuff. I have a pretty good source of the SIM modules right now, just new old stock ones that are original. But, you know, when those dry up, that's probably going to be the end of it. I'm probably got about I don't know, I think I got about 100 of those or something sitting around. And, you know, when that happens, I'll keep enough for myself and what I'm going to need in the future, and stop doing it, because again, this is just a hobby thing. But yeah, let me turn this back around here. Yeah. And our little project, get the scope out of here. And all these in here too. It's really just sad. Really just sad. And you can see they're all marked on the bottom. Which is funny is I do use some of the SST chips for other things. And yeah. These are 100% fake. All crap. All crap. Actually, let me see if I can find a real chip around here, and I can show what they look like, maybe. Okay, so I didn't actually have a chip that I could grab. I think I'm actually out of these completely, but this is just good enough. This is a pick. So this guy here is actually one of my synchronous HDLC to asynchronous HDLC converters that we made for the Quantars. It's a prototype. It's prototype 003. It's a hand-assembled one. Let's see, sync in, async out, and I think it even has level converters on it. Anyways, so here's a pick, and I'm gonna clean one of these. Throw some acetone here. Believe it or not, I actually started getting contact dermatitis from acetone recently. I think I just have been exposed to it too much, and that's, you know, that's it. So the reason I say acetone is because it's, you're not supposed to, but damn, it's good at getting flux off boards. So, you know, you can see there's nothing came up there. It's still on there. And let's make certain I clean my tip here with my blade. Get all the gunk off. And, you know, if I scratch at this, it's, you know, you can see it's glass epoxy freaking resin, you know, it's, look at how it comes off. You know, that's pretty nasty stuff to get off, and you know, you can certainly scratch it away, but there's no obvious lacquer or paint on there. This is you know, laser etched into it. And you know, you just see the, you know, it's kind of like a gray dust that'll come off when you scratch. So that's and even then, anyways, that's actually something you can do if you have a problem reading the numbers off a chip. A real quick thing you can do is kind of spit on it sometimes if you have nothing else available. That might actually show you, reveal some of the markings on the chip. You know, there's, again, your driver chips there. Those are max 232s because we're dealing with line level or 5-volt logic here, and then these guys here have whatever you call it. Got some LEDs on here, oscillator, ID bits. Anyways, yeah, so that's actually something you can do. The other thing you can do if you can't read a chip is throw a little bit of just scotch, well, not scotch tape. I mean, you can use scotch tape. The problem with scotch tape is as soon as you go like that with it, you can generate like 10,000 volts of static pretty easily on it. What you probably should use is some of this stuff here. This is the Kapton tape. This is high heat stuff too. But like, say if you have a chip that's hard to read, you can put it on the chip, and it'll, you know, of course, polarize or change the light that's hitting it, and now you can probably read the chip a little bit easier. Again, use this stuff; it won't generate static. It's a whole hell of a lot better. Hard to. You're not supposed to do that, but I didn't have scissors, and I'll clean it up next time. It's not like I'm using it for production here. But yeah, that's a real. I mean, scotch tape will work. You just really should not use that with any static critical parts, which is pretty much anything that's going to be CMOS now. So, anyways, that's what a real chip should look like, and hopefully this will help you identify this crap that's coming out of China right now. Because it's, as I said, my last 3 shipments have been unusable crap, which is really sad. Because, you know, I don't have any issues with China personally or anything like that. It's, you know, it's good for us, good for them. I like trade, but it has to be honest. And, you know, something coming out of the, I don't know where it came from there, Ink Frog. These guys aren't honest now. And it's just, it's a sign of the times, I guess. Anyways, hey, take care, everybody. Make certain you're getting good quality parts when you buy them. And hey, this is why I charge what I charge, because I'm taking all the risk here and just having to deal with all this piddly shit. So, anyways, 73s, guys, get some more Quantars on the air. It's getting cool here in Florida. Well, soon. And hopefully there'll be some new stuff happening. As always, this is Brian Fields, amateur radio call sign W9CR. Talk to you all later.